There are several basic tips which I would like to highlight when we are preparing or giving a presentation. I think it is very important, and I believe that you will agree with me, that you can't build a presentation on somebody else's content, notes or information. You can't do this because presentation should be yours right from the beginning till the end. It is highly important. Why? Because the audience needs to believe you. And this is very important for us to reach while we are communicating them, while we are talking to them. Why? Because we have only one chance to impress them, to talk to them, to captivate them and to hold their attention. And from the beginning till the very end, everything what we're talking about should be ours. And only our information, something that we have come to, something that we have developed, something that we have grown inside of us. So, while you're preparing for any kind of presentation, make sure that you have enough time to think about this, to actually determine, to clarify really clearly. Make sure that you understand what is the main purpose of your presentation. What will you try to achieve with your presentation? Will you need to persuade them? Will you need to convince them? Will you need to change their minds? Will you need to sell something? Doesn't matter. But you will need to make it clear for yourself what is the main purpose for your presentation. Why? Because everything what you will be using, what you will be talking about, everything will need to work to reach, to achieve this purpose. And this is very important, to make it right clear for yourself what you're talking about and why you're talking about this. Then, another point. It is very important for you to remember who your audience is, and trying to envisage what they already know about the subject, what they want to hear, and if there is something that you include into your presentation which they don't need, then please make sure that you actually do not include this. Alright? Then another point, you need to make sure that you have enough rehearsed, enough practice everything what you're going to say. Okay, there are several, even numerous different ways how you can get ready, and there are tons of books written on this topic, and certainly you are aware of all the different main techniques and so on, but I would like to highlight just only one simple thing. It is very important for you to know your content, to live with this, to give birth to this, as we say, to think it up for yourself. Sometimes you need just only to generate ideas, put it in the list. Possibly you will need to find some other impressive figures in order to make your content really solid, really valuable and viable. Alright? The other thing, rehearsing. Rehearsing and rehearsing. Try to reach with your presentation, with your preparation, the level where this presentation becomes your second nature. So that you will keep this, you will have this, and you will maintain and control everything as it's your second you. It is very important. Why? Because you need to be staying in control. You can't just only come in front of the audience and follow the slides of the PowerPoint presentation. Everybody can read it. And they could do this in their own offices. And if they had an effort, and actually if they did come to this place, I think it is very important for us to be able not to read this information, but to talk to them, to communicate to them, to actually, if it is if you want to convince them, you need to make everything possible, but to make this speech to the certain extent and in such a way that you will be able to persuade them. If you want to show that you are valuable partners, show your history, show the valuable personnel that you have in your company, show the great potentials that you also have, and try to convince them. See their faces, look into the eyes, and try to depict what they really need, what they want to hear, and how it is going, and be in control. And the plan, certainly plan is very important. Of your presentation, you can go from one point to another, but you are not for this plan. You can't be controlled by the plan. You need to take the control of the plan, and you need to deliver this in the way that you want it to be. I think it is very important to be who you are, trying to be the person who really believes in what you are saying, trying to be really convinced with your own ideas and persuade them. Use the gesture, mime, you can use your tone of voice, you can use the pace of voice, do everything, but try to be the one who can really convince people and who can really persuade them. Alright? And think about this, think about the nature of and the content of the presentation. Rehearse it and use your own content. Make it your own. Be truthful. Be who you are, and you will reach your target. Good luck!